Welcome back, everyone. We're gonna get started at the back of our mat today. Hands are gonna come rested next to our sides. We're just gonna rotate the weight from our toes to our heels, front and back, trying to find equal weight on all four corners of the feet. Head is nice and tall here, one long line. On the next inhale, reaching those arms all the way above our head. Hands come together. On the next exhale, tilt over to the right side, reach those fingertips over to the left, and inhale, over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Hands come back down, tilt our chin in towards our chest, and roll ourselves down all the way down to the bottom of the mat. Walk our hands out into one long plank. Wrists around your shoulders. Inhale in the center here. On the next exhale, drop your right knee down towards the mat and tap. Inhale back to center and over to the left. Just tapping from right and left. Just tap the knee. Keep the hips level. And back to center. Dropping both knees, just rolling into a cat and cow position. Keep those wrists on your shoulders. Inhale that chest up and exhale, curl down. Inhale up and exhale, curl. Releasing all the air out of the lungs on the exhale. So coming back to center now, reach that right arm out. We're gonna reach the left leg back. So we're trying to reach the opposite arm and opposite leg all the way out. Inhale, squeeze, and exhale, drop it back down. Over to the other side, left arm comes out, right leg back. Squeeze the glute, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and back down. And again, switch directions here. And back to center, over to the left, right leg, reach, and back to center. We're just gonna drop the hips back and forward, massaging out those wrists a few times. Tucking those toes under and lifting the hips all the way up, downward dog. Pedal out those feet left and right. And walk those hands forward and walk the feet up to meet them at the front of the mat. We're gonna raise all the way up, reaching the arms above us. And exhale, squat down, drop the bum down and lower back. So making sure those feet are rooted, we're gonna reach the arms out in front of us. Inhale and exhale, lower all the way down. Reach the arms above our head and next to our sides here. Bring those heels in closer to the bum. We're just gonna tilt our pelvis a few times here. So rooting the pelvis right down at the mat. Just inhaling and exhaling, trying to lower that lower back right onto the mat. And then we're gonna come up into our hip bridges. So slowly articulate the spine all the way up, reach those glutes up, and exhale, roll down. So every time you roll up, we're trying to feel every vertebrae, and exhale, roll back down. So inhale, roll up, squeeze the glutes, and exhale, slowly lower down all the way to the mat. And again, squeeze up and lower down. Hands are gonna come behind our head. We're gonna tilt our chin in towards our chest and come up to a first abdominal curl. So gaze is gonna come in between the thighs and roll back down. Inhale here, exhale, curl. So we're keeping the weight distributed in the heels. We're making sure that our belly button is reaching down towards our spine. Inhale and exhale. Keep those elbows nice and wide. Bringing that left leg up to tabletop, right leg comes up to meet it, keeping those knees right on top of our hips. And one long, curl up and exhale, lower down. So we're trying to keep those legs as stable as possible. It's just the upper body that's moving. Trying to curl up on the top of the tips of the shoulder blades and exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up and exhale, down. So bringing those hands back down towards our sides, we're gonna come into the Pilates 100. So to begin, we're gonna reach those arms above our head. Inhale them up towards the sky. Exhale, curl up, reach those hands towards the end of the mat and start pumping those arms. So the gaze stays in between the thighs. We're trying to keep those legs stable, core is controlled. We're staying on the tips of the shoulder blades here and we're pumping the arms. Important to inhale and exhale for 5. To increase the challenge, lift those legs straight up towards the sky or lower them on a 45-degree angle. So you want to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Use that breath, keep that core nice and controlled, those legs together. Inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, lower all the way down, stretch that out, guys. Up next is the roll up. We're gonna flex those feet so toes are pointing towards the sky. Inhale those arms up towards the sky and exhale, curl yourself all the way up to those toes. Inhale, stack the spine. Exhale, lower down. So we're trying to inhale, reach those arms up, and exhale, curl all the way up. The first couple times are a little bit hard. Inhale, stack the spine and curl under. So we're trying to make that C curve of the spine as we roll down. Inhale, exhale, inhale up, and exhale, lower down. Nice and slow. Feel every vertebrae on the way up and on the way down. Exhale and inhale. Curl down and lower down. All right, hands come next for sides. We're gonna work on the single leg circles. Reach that right leg up, hold on behind the thigh, give it a nice stretch. Bend that knee and flex. Point the toes a few times. Stretch out that hamstring. Point the toes, anchor the hands, drop the leg down, up and around. So we're going up, down and around, back to center. Switch directions, up, down and around. Last one, and center. Bend that knee, drop that leg down. We'll switch sides. Left leg's coming in. We're gonna stretch out behind the thigh. So when we're doing these leg circles, we wanna make sure that our hips are both rooted towards the mat and we have control. Point that toe, drop those hands down next to the hips. Inhale that leg in, exhale down and around. Inhale and exhale. Keep that toe pointed and center. Reverse the circle. Exhale down and around. Drawing big circles with the big toe. And one more. Back to center. Drop that leg back down. Inhale those arms above the head and exhale, roll yourself back up to a seated position. Working on a rolling like the ball exercise. So hands just come on top of our ankles. We're gonna exhale and roll back. Inhale and exhale. So we're trying to use the abdominals to bring us all the way up. Mind the neck, make sure that the head stays tucked in. And back to center. Rolling up, trying to stay up here. Reach the left leg long. We're gonna hold on to the right leg with the right hand. The left hand's on the knee. Inhale that knee in and exhale, switch. So single leg stretch here. Inhaling and exhaling. Trying to stay on the tips of the shoulder blades here. And exhale. Back to center. Bringing both of those knees in. Exhale, reach the arms and legs out at the same time. Both double leg stretch. Inhale and exhale, reach. Inhale, exhale, reach. Last time. And back to center. Reach that left leg long. We're gonna work into the scissors. Right leg comes long. Inhale that leg in and exhale, switch. Pulse that leg in and switch. Holding behind the thigh or the calf. Trying to stay curled up here. We're gonna speed it up a little here. And scissors, switch and switch. Use the breath. Few more. And back to center here. Bring both those legs in, hands behind the head, drop the legs down, inhale back up. Making sure the lower back stays rooted on the mat here. Only drop the legs as low as you can. Inhale and exhale. And reach those legs all the way down. Give yourself a nice big stretch. And we're gonna roll onto our right side. Side line here, you can prop yourself up on your forearm. You can lay all the way down or put your hand behind your head, whichever is comfortable. You wanna make sure that your heels are in line with your bum, your legs are stacked on top of each other. The front hand can use yours as support. Inhale that top leg up and exhale down. So we're just lifting that leg up to hip height and down. We're trying to keep the glutes squeezed and the lower ribs in the whole time. Coming back up, point the toe and draw small circles with the big toe. Imagining you're drawing on the wall, imaginary wall in front of you, and exhale, switch directions. We're gonna flex that toe this time and kick the leg forward. Kick, kick, and reach. Kick, kick, and reach. So trying to keep that glute squeeze back. And one more time. And back to center, drop that leg back down. Rolling over onto our stomachs now. We're gonna reach those arms out in front of us. Those legs long. Foreheads towards the mat. We're gonna inhale. Reach that right arm up and that left leg up. So opposite arm and opposite leg. Left leg comes up and right leg. So the chest is gonna lift with the arms and with the legs. We wanna squeeze the whole back side of the body here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. We're gonna reach the right and the left arm, right leg, left leg, and swim those arms and legs opposite. So we're trying to keep the glutes squeezed, the shoulders squeezed, the arms are flexed, swimming faster and faster and faster. Inhale and exhale and release. Awesome job. Pushing yourself back into a child's pose just to stretch it out. Stretch out the lower back, counter stretch, drop that forehead all the way down to the mat and breathe. On the next inhale, we're gonna come over onto the other side and work the other leg. So line yourself up here and make sure those heels are in line with your bum. You're either propped up on your forearm or hand behind the head. Inhale that right leg up and exhale, drop it down. So we wanna make sure that our lower abdominals are engaged as well. Inhale that leg up and exhale it back down. Point the toe this time. We're gonna draw small circles with that big toe. Forward and backwards. Flex that foot and kick it forward and back. Kick, kick, and squeeze the glute back. And again. To center, drop that leg down, rolling over onto our backs for the famous Pilates teaser. So bring those heels towards the bum. So the hands are reaching towards the heels at first. Reach those the right leg up to tabletop and the left leg up to meet it. Reach those hands above the head. Reach them towards the sky. Inhale and exhale. Curl yourself all the way up to this teaser position. Hold here. Lower the top. Upper body down. And again, inhale, reach the arms up and curl up. Trying to keep those legs stable and glued together. Roll yourself back down. Inhale those arms up and squeeze up. Use those abdominals. Lower down. One more time. This time I'm gonna hold at the top. Reach those legs out nice and straight if you can. Don't forget to smile. And hold. And release. Awesome job. Reach those arms above our head. Stretch it out. Bring those heels close towards our bum. One more exercise for the glutes before we go. Heels are nice and close here. We're gonna bring ourselves back up into that bridge position. And squeeze at the top. Exhale, roll your hips all the way back down. Inhale, squeeze, and exhale, lower. Squeeze here. Keep the weight in the heels. We're gonna put the weight in the left leg. So the right leg's gonna come up all the way up, march that leg down, and switch. So we're keeping the weight distributed in the shoulders here, not in the neck. Just marching those legs left and right. This time we're reaching that right leg up, all the way up. Point that toe, drop the hips down, and squeeze them up. Down and up, down and up. Bend the knee, switch legs, transfer the weight, point that toe, drop the hips down, and squeeze up, and up, and up. Use the glutes, and bend, lower all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. Give yourself a nice big hug, and thank yourself for coming today. Namaste.